Every 20 seconds, someone in this country reaches out for help after experiencing emotional or physical abuse. That's 3 people in the time it takes to tie your shoes. 3 lives intersecting with crisis while the world keeps spinning. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I mean that. You didn't stumble onto this by accident. Something inside you knew you needed to hear this today, and I want you to know right from the start, you are not alone, and whatever brought you to this moment, it's not your fault. Today, we're going to talk about something most people avoid. We're going to discuss the real, unfiltered truth about what happens after trauma, after betrayal, after the kind of pain that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. We're going to talk about healing, about the messy, non-linear path forward, and about one crucial truth. Your journey has just begun, even if it feels like it's ending. Before we go further, if what we discuss today adds value to your life or speaks to something you've been struggling with, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe. There are others like you searching for these conversations, and your subscription helps us reach them. Let me tell you something about where I'm standing as I talk to you. I'm not speaking from a textbook or a theory I learned in a classroom. I'm speaking from the other side of the fire. I've sat where you're sitting. I've felt that hollow ache at 3 a.m. when the world is quiet and the noise in your head is deafening. I've questioned whether I'd ever feel normal again, whether the person I used to be was gone forever. There was a moment, my crossroads moment, when I realized something profound. I was sitting in my car in a grocery store parking lot, unable to go inside because the thought of seeing people, of pretending to be okay, felt impossible. I watched families walking in and out, laughing, living their lives, and I felt separated from them by an invisible wall. That's when it hit me. I was waiting for permission to start over. Permission from someone who had broken me. Permission from a world that seemed to have moved on without me. But here's what I learned, little by little. You don't need permission to heal. You don't need to wait until you're ready. You can start over at 0, right now, today, this moment. Now, I need to pause here because I know someone listening might be thinking of someone else right now, a friend, a family member, a co-worker who's struggling. If you know someone going through this kind of pain, someone at their own crossroads, would you consider sharing this with them? Sometimes we can't find the words ourselves, but we can pass along words that might help. You could be the lifeline they need today. Let's talk about what recovery really looks like. Because I think we've been sold a lie. We've been told that healing is linear, that you get a little better each day until one morning you wake up and you're fixed. That's not how this works. There is no timeline on recovery. Every journey is different. It could take you 2 months, 2 years, or 20 years. Some wounds are so deep that complete recovery might not even be the goal. Managing, coping, finding moments of peace might be the victory. And that's okay. That's more than okay. Here's what they don't tell you. Some severe relationships, some traumatic experiences leave marks that never fully disappear, but psychological help, support, and intentional healing practices can ease the pain and accelerate the process of getting your life back. I want you to hear this clearly. No matter what the circumstances were, it's not your fault. There's no judgment here, only support. only truth, only a hand extended across the table from someone who's been there. Your brain, this incredible, complex organ, has been through something. When you experience trauma, your brain doesn't just file it away neatly in a mental drawer. It rewires itself. A traumatized brain tends to experience excessive activation in areas related to fear. The amygdala, your fear center, goes into overdrive. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thinking, decision-making, clarity, that part gets muted. But here's the beautiful, hopeful truth that changed everything for me. Your brain has neuroplasticity. That means it can change, it can rewire, it can heal. Trauma survivors can capitalize on this plasticity. Therapy and mindfulness can reduce activation in that fear center and allow for healthy emotional expression. But there are other ways too, for those who aren't ready for therapy or prefer different paths. Let me tell you about someone I know. We'll call her Sarah, though that's not her real name. Sarah spent 7 years in a relationship that slowly dismantled who she was. It wasn't always violent. Sometimes it was just words. Criticism disguised as concern, isolation disguised as love, control disguised as protection. By the time she left, she didn't recognize herself in the mirror. Sarah tried therapy for a while, but she wasn't ready to talk about it all yet. The words felt stuck. So, she started small. She started walking. Every morning before the sun came up, she'd walk through her neighborhood. No destination, no fitness goal, just movement, just being present in her body again. She told me something once that I'll never forget. She said, "For years, I felt like I was living in enemy territory, and the enemy was my own mind. Those morning walks were the first time I felt like I was reclaiming ground." Little by little, she added other things. A boxing class, somewhere she could physically release the anger she'd been told she wasn't allowed to feel. A journal, where she could say all the things that had been silenced. Connection with others who understood. A support system that didn't need explanations. Sarah's journey wasn't quick, it wasn't neat, but it was hers. And 3 years later, when she told me she'd started painting again, something she'd given up because he said it was a waste of time, I saw something in her eyes I hadn't seen in years. Life, purpose, hope. That's what this is about. Finding your way back to yourself, or maybe discovering who you are for the first time. This is about discernment. Learning to trust your own voice again. This is about wisdom earned through fire. Now, I promised you something actionable, because motivation without action is just noise. So here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, today. Find one thing, just one, that makes you feel present in your body and your life. It could be exercise, but it doesn't have to be. It could be painting, boxing, dancing, walking, gardening, cooking, playing music. Something where, for even just 20 minutes, you're not thinking about what happened or what might happen. You're just there, engaged, alive. Here's the key. Commit to it for 30 days. Not because it's going to fix everything, not because it's going to erase the pain, but because it's going to prove to you that you can still show up for yourself, that you can still take action, that you can still honor the person you're becoming. Start small, start messy, just start. This is your life reboot. This is where you align your actions with the person you want to become beyond the limits of what's been done to you. I also want to encourage you to build a support system. Having people around you can be critical in healing from emotional abuse. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or seek the help of a therapist when you're ready. Talking about your experiences with someone who listens and validates your emotions, someone who doesn't minimize or dismiss, can be incredibly healing. And if you're not ready to talk about it yet, that's okay too. Healing isn't one size fits all. But please, avoid spending lots of time alone. Isolation is where the lies feel loudest. Connection, even small moments of it, reminds you that you're still part of the world. Stick to your routine as much as you can. Structure can be an anchor when everything feels chaotic. Give yourself time. Notice how you're feeling without judgment. Talk about the event when you're ready. Speak to others who have experienced the same thing. There's profound power in being understood without explanation. Ask for support. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And if you need professional help, that's not failure. It's courage. It's taking action toward the life you deserve. As we close, I want you to hear this one more time. You are not alone. There is a community of support here, people who are standing behind you, beside you, walking this path with you. People who know that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about integration. It's about carrying what happened without letting it carry you. It's not your fault. Whatever happened, however it happened, whoever told you it was, they were wrong. You deserve healing. You deserve peace. You deserve to take up space in this world without apology. Let me leave you with this. The most courageous thing you will ever do is not surviving what broke you. It's choosing, little by little, to become whole again, not despite the cracks, but because of them. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for trusting me with these moments, for letting me sit across from you in this conversation. I'm honored to be part of your journey, even in this small way. If this resonated with you, if it helped in any way, please subscribe to the Yewtree Legacy channel. Hit that like button so others can find this message. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone at their crossroads, someone looking for hope, share it with them. You can also check out the links below for valuable self-help tools and books from Yewtree Legacy, resources written by professionals who have been in your shoes, who understand the impact of trauma and the path to healing. Your journey has just begun, and I believe in where it's going to take you. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it. Subscribe to Yewtree Legacy. Like, share, check out and explore our resources and tools. We have resources, books and tools, all created by people who've lived this struggle and found their way through. There's no judgment here. Just understanding, support, and practical wisdom for the journey ahead. You're enough, you always have been. Now go live like you believe it.
Thank you for spending time with Yewtree Legacy. For weekly inspiration and free resources, visit yewtreelegacy.com. You'll also find our latest blog and a free 7-day guide to help you start strong. See you again soon.